We're at the Waffen Tactical booth here at the NRA 2025 show, and we're looking at a brand new product called the Vector. And it's an anti-thermal reduction technology, but essentially it's an entire system that replaces your handguard on an AR-15, and it's got a fan under here and a battery, and it blows 50 CFM up through this handguard and out. So if you have a suppressor, it's going to cool that down. It's going to cool your barrel down as well. I mean, you can hear the fan here, but there's a bunch of air coming out of each one of these. So originally designed for guys shooting prairie dogs, long strings of fire where suppressors and barrels were getting hot, creating mirage for rifle scopes. But they're selling the whole system here. And you know, I don't know, I shoot a lot, and I don't know if it was something that I would necessarily use or like, I mean, it's kind of bulky and adds some weight, but you guys tell us, what do you guys think? Is this a cool product? Is this something you would buy, something you'd purchase? Were you aware of it? I've never seen it before, so, you know, we're here covering stuff that may or may not be for everybody, but let us know in the comments what you think about this. I'm at the Occupy booth right now, and they have some pretty interesting technology here that could help you keep your guns and your important stuff more secure. So the first thing I'm going to show you here is this little beacon, and it's called a FlexiTag beacon. It uses a 2032 battery, and it can last up to 2 years. And it uses Bluetooth to connect to basically some sort of a router in your house that connects to your Wi-Fi network. And you can put this in a pill bottle. You can attach it to your gun safe so that if the door moves or it wiggles, you instantly get a text message alert on your phone telling you that, hey, my gun safe door just opened. Or if you put it on your gun or on your holster, hey, your gun just moved, somebody just disturbed this. You can put it in a pill bottle. They have a number of different options for things you can do with it. The other thing that they have here, which is really cool, is this Tap Assist mobile card. This actually connects 2 cell towers, and basically it's a 1-button push or 2-button. You can program it however you want, and it will connect to a cell tower and start sending out your location as well as message other people. You could have it call 911. It's programmable. They also have an app that's free that does the same thing, but you have to be able to access your phone to do that. So this is pretty cool because you could stick this in a kid's backpack and use it in reverse as well, and actually track your child with it should you want to. Now the last thing, and this kind of ties this all together, they've got a really interesting lock here. It attaches to a pick rail on a handgun, and it's super strong. This piece of steel comes up and holds the slide open, so you can have a loaded mag in here so it's ready to rock, but slide's locked open. Obviously it can't fire. You can have one of these beacons attached to it so you can get notified if anybody tried to mess with this, but it's biometric, and I'm going to have it's programmed here. So I'm going to just have you show us how quickly this will release the slide.
So it has
So basically just quickly releases the slide, you're loaded and ready to go. Now the downside I see to it is that it's still attached to your gun. It doesn't just come off, it's attached to your pick rail. So I'm hoping that someday in a future version they'll make a version that you do that, the whole thing just falls off and locks off your gun. But really reasonably priced. You can get a kit for like $99 with these little air tags that will tell you if anything moves depending on what you stick them to or put them in. The beacon here was like $99 or $199, and then if you want the cell service, it's like a $9.99 service after that. But pretty interesting. Tell us what you think in the comments if you think it would be useful to be able to be notified on your phone if your important items are moved. All right, I'm standing in the Rock River Arms booth right now, and in my hands, I've got a couple of what you might call interesting guns. So the first one is a 10.5-inch kind of a retro AR. It's got a shortened stock on it. So this is going to have to be an SBR, but it's got the triangular handguard. The carry handle does not come off. This is 5.56. Now this one is really blowing my mind. We've got the old carry handle on here. It can come off, but this is a 380. So this is also going to be an SBR, and I guess my question is why? Now the word is that some people in South America needed this, and so that's why they made it, but it's apparently being offered to the American market in 380. So tell us in the comments what you would do with a 380 AR SBR. I am at the Dark Mountain booth, and this is the stowaway platform we're looking at, and this company is relatively new. They've been around for less than a year, and this is a pretty interesting gun. Whether you're in the market for something like this or not is not even the point. This is just new, it's innovative. We haven't really seen anything quite like this before. So let me show you what we got going on here. This is the pistol version. They also make a 16-inch rifle version, and we'll run through both of these. But the pistol version has a brace on it and it folds. The idea is this is sort of a survival weapon, and the whole thing, the barrel comes off by hand. We're not going to show you because of YouTube policies, but that you can take the barrel off by hand and stow it so that it looks like this. As you can see, even as a 16-inch gun, it's very small. It's a single shot, and the way you operate this is you can operate the bolt with your left hand even if you're right-handed. So it literally is this easy, this smooth, and you can drop another round in as a single shot. It's chambered in 9mm and 5.7. In order to actually shoot this though, racking the bolt does not lock this, so you can carry this safely with a round in the chamber. To cock it, you simply pull this back, and then I'm going to go ahead and dry fire it, and you can see how that works. The trigger is actually not bad at all. The 16-inch version is a lot longer. It looks long. This technically free floats. The bolt is very similar. The bolt face is very similar to what you'd see on an AR-15. And you can do caliber conversions on this. The kits are not expensive at all to switch it out. The gun itself is not too expensive at all. You're looking at something like this in order to purchase one of these. So pretty cool little setup system. You can literally just pop this down, have it be in this configuration in just a few seconds, and it's just that easy to do a caliber conversion too. So let us know in the comments if you think this is a cool survival rifle or pistol, which depending on which version you get. Let us know if you'd carry one of these, how you deck it out, red dot suppressor. Tell us what you think. I think it's innovative. I think it's cool. The action on this is extremely smooth. I mean, it's really easy to actually, if you're gonna have a single shot, they did this right, being a left-handed way to work this. So check them out and let us know what you think. 2025 NRA show, and we have found the smallest gun at the whole show here. They're not new, but they're the smallest, so we thought you might be interested in seeing it. This is the C-Camp. They come in a whole bunch of different colors, as you can see here, and there are 2 different calibers in the C-Camp. There's a 32 or a 380. They all feature a 2-inch barrel. They have a slide. They're double action only, and the magazines hold, if I can get this out, hold 6+1 rounds. So actually a surprising amount of capacity considering how small they are. So the slide to rack is not horrible, and the double action only trigger is actually very manipulable, very manageable. There's no sights on the top. You're literally aiming down the top of the slide and barrel. So pretty cool little gun. If you're looking for the very smallest thing out there, then you should definitely check these guys out. So for more information, go to C-Camp's website. NRA Show 2025. This is the R95 triple black pistol. This thing comes ready to be suppressed, have optics mounted on it. As you can see, there's not really a stock on this, but you certainly can operate this, and you certainly could stick a red dot on it or a scope if you wanted to, but ready to be suppressed. 4570, 45 long Colt, 357, 3030, no 3030. I'm just making stuff up now, but I'm kind of actually excited to shoot one of these and see what it's like. I'm a little questionable about whether 4570 is a good idea in this, especially if you're trying to do this kind of thing, but who knows, maybe it's not bad. So tell us what you think in the comments. Let us know if you'd like to see a full review from GunsAmerica. And I'm holding in my hands the brand new Rossi Brawler chambered in 300 blackout. So check this thing out. It's a break open action. It has a safety, a cross bolt safety here. You can see it's on. It's hammered fire. It's a single action. You pull the hammer back to shoot it. There is an extension here, so if you need to be able to drop the hammer and you have a scope on it or a thermal. It is a 9-inch barrel, which is a perfect length for a 300 blackout, especially if you're shooting subs. It's threaded 5/8 24, and it comes with the knurled thread protector. It's a pretty heavy barrel on this. The gun actually has some heft to it. There's a little fore-end out here, and the grip is rubber overmolded. It's very soft. It's super grippy. I mean, it's like not hard at all. So pretty cool looking gun though. Let us know what you think in the comments about a single shot 300 blackout from Rossi. We're talking about, like, it's not going to set you back a lot, just 3 of the big ones. So and that's MSRP, which is crazy. Anyway, check this thing out though. Would you put a thermal on this? Would you put a regular scope? Would you put a red dot? Let us know in the comments how you'd set up the Brawler. NRA Show 2025. We are checking out some interesting, I guess we'll call it an accessory, a sight. It's made by a company called Greenlight Sights, and what it is it's this little piece of
lenticular array.
Yeah. Anyway, when you get it basically lined up vertically like this, it turns green. I don't know if you can see that turning green or not. It's not specifically like it's not super precise, is I guess the way they'll put that, but that is on purpose. The idea is to speed people up on target at close distances. So the idea here is that if you're shooting a target, that instead of taking the time to line up sights, all you're simply doing is getting this green and you're giving it a trigger press. And so the idea is that is green and you can see the laser hit the target. So it's not something that's made for precision, it's not something that's made for long distances, but it is fast, and it also does not correct windage at all. So you basically have to have some muscle memory and be able to make sure that the gun is actually, you know, not pointed out at the target like this. That's obviously not going to work. But it does correct this direction. So it's interesting. It's not for everyone. I don't feel like it's faster for me, but I have a lot of reps with irons and with a red dot. But I could certainly see some people finding this to be extremely fast if they're not, if they haven't got a lot of reps. It also could help you find your red dot faster. Anyway, it's an interesting product. You can go to Greenlight Sights website for more information. What's your website?
Greenlightsights.com.
Greenlightsights.com. So you can go there for more information if you think this is something that might be interesting to you, that you would want to check out. So anyway, you saw it here at Guns America. We are at the Breek Arms booth right now, and I want to show you their new charging handle. It comes with a shorter latches here, so that when you have this installed on your AR, it doesn't stab you if it's slung up against your body or on your back. Still fully ambi. If you're familiar with this sledgehammer, it's one of the best charging handles in the whole industry. It's got a bunch of features on it that helps prevent gas from, like, suppressors and from ARs from going back in your face and eyes and nose. So the way they do that, they have these scallops here inside the charging handle that actually catch that gas, and it's computer model that circles around. And then also it's got these cuts here that grab gas and move them away, and then it's got this ledge that kind of scallops in. Anyway, it actually works. I've tested it out. It's actually really cool, but this is the newest model that's new for the show here with the shorter catches. I'm holding in my hands one of the coolest guns we've seen at the whole show. This is the Mossberg 990 Aftershock. So check this thing out. This is an other firearm, and it does not require you to do a stamp or anything. You can buy it in this configuration. We're going to run you through all the features really quickly, so you're going to stay tuned. You're going to want to hear about this. So if we start up here, we have a 14 3/4 inch barrel. It is cylinder bore. We've got a tubular magazine underneath the barrel here, as well as the gas and operating system. This holds 5+1 rounds in it, and it is a gas semi-automatic system here. We have oversized controls, so oversized bolt release, oversized bolt charging handle, and then underneath here where we load, we have an oversized port that's been beveled. The welder is the lifter is all smoothed out. I mean, this thing is set up to where you can load it easily, quickly. You're not going to get anything pinched. And then back here, we've got a newly designed grip. This is Mossberg's own design. It's got rubber over molding on top of it, as well as the safety sits right here for your thumb. Really well designed, well thought out. Apparently, I haven't shot this yet, but apparently the shape and design of this actually helps reduce recoil and makes it easier to shoot. We have a QD sling swivel stud right here in the back of this, I don't know what we call this, nub grip. Not sure quite how we're calling that. Up here, if you notice on the fore end, we have this strap, and this is to help kind of like give you something to push against, and then also not let your hand go out in front of the muzzle, because that would be a bad day. And it's short enough that you can do this. This is overall more than 26 inches. It certainly could be a candidate for a stamp, and making it a short-barreled shotgun and adding a stock if you wanted to in the future. The other thing, it's my understanding that Mossberg has updated the system, the operating system here, so it's based on a 940, but with some enhancements and some improvements. If you think about this, you're not putting this in your shoulder, it's not going in your shoulder, so they had to make this gas operating system work without being able to have it pushed back on something super hard. My understanding is, though, this is very manageable to shoot. I can't wait to get our hands on one and test this out. Also, if you notice up here, we have M-LOK slots on both sides and the bottom, so you can add flashlights, lasers. In fact, speaking of lasers, there is a version of this that also comes with a Crimson Trace laser mounted on the side. So if that interests you, that certainly would be cool, because you think about aiming this and having a laser and being able to aim it from any weird position. I can think of a ton of uses for this: backpacking, camping, hiking, snakes, bear defense, bad people defense. I mean, this is kind of a game changer. So, and then being semi-automatic is going to be less recoil than a pump. True with Guns America NRA show 2025. You gamers are going to love this gun. This is a Thompson auto ordnance. And as you can see here, this thing has some pretty crazy stuff going on. Now, this is a limited run. There was only 25 of these made. It's my understanding that 9 of them are already sold. So if this is something that you have to own, you better get on it pretty quick. This thing is really, really cool, though. So if you notice right here, it says, "Please stand by." It's all decked out with all of that stuff that you gamers are gonna live or die for. Tell us in the comments what you think of this. If you want to know what it costs, I'll just say this: if you have to ask, you probably can't afford it. So but yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. We've got the chain here, the bike chain going on, the motorcycle chain attached right to it. The wood furniture and grains are just really cool. All the patina and detail work on this are amazing. I mean, this is a limited run gun in 45 ACP. It works. This is a real gun, so this isn't like a prop or something. But yeah, awesome. We're at the car booth right now, and we are checking out a prototype of the TAL 50. So if you're not familiar with this gun, we're going to walk you through it really quickly, and then we're going to tell you what all of this is. So the TAL 50 is a bolt-action 50 BMG rifle. It uses AR-15 furniture, but the bolt is actually on rollers. So it actually is kind of floated. It's on rollers. It uses Barrett 50 BMG magazines, and it's actually a very accurate 50 BMG. Like, this thing is kind of known for being super accurate. Anyway, what they've done is they've taken a great platform and a great rifle, and they've added an integral suppressor, so to a 50 BMG, and then as you can see, there's a massive breakout here on the front. Now, let me tell you, if you're thinking this might look like a cool rifle to hunt with, you're not going to like how much it weighs. I don't know what it weighs, but this thing is heavy, like really heavy. Like, if you couldn't get to the gym that day, you could literally bench press this a couple times and you'd be good to go. But I hear that it recoils something like a 308. It doesn't hardly move, and it's hearing safe the way that it's set up. So pretty darn cool rifle, especially considering, I mean, check this out. Look at how easy this action is to work. The stock folds. Oh, and you see these 2 pins? Those are the takedown pins so that you can tear it apart. It was just recently featured in that show Reacher. I think it was in the last episode. There was one of these rifles featured in there, so kind of a cool rifle. But I mean, as you can see, that bolt just works awesome. And being left-handed throw means you can stay on the gun, on the glass, and not have to actually even come off the gun, which makes it pretty darn cool. Anyway, I think it's cool. You guys tell us in the comments what you think about this, and whether or not this would be something on your wish list. So tell us in the comments. We got more great content coming from NRA 2025. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.